Rebecca, Sarah from The Upcoming. So lovely to meet you. So can you give us a brief introduction to Sorry We Missed You, and what was the genesis of this film?
Well, I'm stealing it from Paul and Ken, who'll be following me on the red carpet. But actually, the genesis of the film was when we were making I, Daniel Blake. We visited a number of food banks, and what really shocked us was that people who are working were using food banks. People on a single wage couldn't get enough money to feed themselves. Now, there's something wrong with the system if people who are actually working need to use food banks. So we wanted to explore that. And so Paul, our intrepid writer, Paul, goes out and he met a lot of delivery drivers, and he went and talked to care workers to discover the way that they work. And we discovered, that people were working ridiculously long shifts, not fully paid for them, because when they're not actually working the job, they're not paid, so they've got gaps in their lives. Anyway, we wanted to have a look at how that affects the family and, normal family life, and just to see how challenging it is and was for families now. And this is real life, this isn't just a fantasy. Hang on, I'm singing from Queen here.
And why is it important to kind of explore these topics on the big screen? And what do you hope the impact of a film like this is?
I think it's important for people to see that there's more to life than just the big franchise movies. It's important for people to see themselves reflected on the screen and to see their own lives, which are funny and interesting. And this isn't all miserable. It's like there's a lot of funny moments in this. And, people recognise themselves. And when they recognise themselves, they feel hope. They feel that somebody's telling their story, or our story, and I think that's why it's important.
And, Ken Loach's been making films for over 50 years now. What is it about him as a director that you think makes his work stand out?
Well, I've been working with him for 30 years now, so I don't quite know. But I think it's a different way of telling stories, and I think that, they're tales that should get to the heart of modern life. And I guess you've stumped me there. I don't know why I work. No, but there are some great stories to tell, and I think there's a big hole where these stories aren't being told by anybody else really. I mean, they are, but I don't. They have to really struggle. Films like this really have to struggle to get seen in the mainstream cinema. So because Ken has a reputation and he's been at it for so long, at least when we get to tell stories, we do get to show them in big cinemas. That's very special.
And using kind of, not so well-known actors, and some of it is quite challenging subject material. So what was it like, making that all come together on set, do you think? And, was it a bit of a risk, if you like?
It's always risky. It's always risky putting together a group of actors who haven't really worked much before. But Ken and the team have some very careful techniques that we use that make it possible. I mean, we get rid of the circus. We get rid of people standing around gawping. We don't have sort of video village. We don't have caravans. We don't have Winnebagos and that sort of stuff. So we make it very relaxed, and we film in sequence so that it's easy to follow the trajectory of the story. We also don't tell the actors what's going to happen to them, because we find that they can react more like ordinary people if they don't have to pretend something. If they're feeling it for real, it's much easier to act. And we put them together. They work together as a family. We sent them out to do things together before they started filming, so that they got to know each other. But this four really gelled. They're a wonderful family.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.